Hey everyone, welcome to IJustWatched. I'm Joseph, and today we're discussing Slumberland, the Netflix original starring Jason Momoa and Marlow Barkley. Overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a really good movie. I liked a lot about it. I think the story was fun, it was neat, it was emotional. I, for some whatever reason, didn't realize that it takes place in the dream world. And I should have, because the name of this movie is Slumberland. And I felt like an idiot when I was watching this, because I was like, okay, cool, this is interesting. Oh, we're going into... Okay, it takes place in dreams? I thought it was just like a fantasy movie and everything was just happening when I saw trailers. I was wrong. Clearly, it was like a neat surprise, even though I was watching, I was like, oh, that makes sense. And then I was like, oh yeah, the title. I'm just gonna enjoy it. And I did. Overall, I think it's a really good movie. Netflix has an enjoyable movie here. I don't think it goes further than this one, but I gotta give credit when credit's due. Jason Momoa killed it as Flip. I thought he was funny, he was hilarious. He had this little, probably just natural Jason Momoa charismaticness to him. The way he did little things or his little moves. Or there's this scene early on when he first meets Nemo and Marlow absolutely held her own. She had like a lot of the emotional work in this movie and she killed it. She knocked it out. But when they like kind of first meet, she talks about not that great or I can't remember. I just remember him being like, you wish I was that great. Pa! And he did like this whip thing with his hips and he had the sound effect of the whoosh. And I watched it like 2 or 3 times back to back. That one moment, I was like, that's hilarious. And then I went back and I was like, overall, good movie. I think it's very rewatchable. I think it's really good, especially for Netflix. I don't think it's, the best movie of the year. I don't think it's some game changer, but I do recommend it. It's a fun movie. I enjoyed the story. I also didn't know this movie was based off of like source material. Like originally was it like a comic strip or something? I remember reading it after I watched the movie. I apologize, I can't remember. I liked it. I liked a lot about it. I think the story was neat. It was fun. And about maybe halfway or so, I was like, okay, like Flip is someone's dream conscience, so to speak. Their lost imagination. Peter Pan connection. They're marbles. Someone had lost their marbles, and that's what Flip represented. And as you're going through the story and you're seeing how she's doing her best to get to her dad and fighting the dream police, which I thought was funny, and the way things were connected, like each dream has a door to go into another and another, and it would kind of like cut back to the uncle a few times, and I was like, you know what? It has to be the uncle. Because then I started having this realization of the story you get from her dad in the very beginning. He's talking about Flip and the adventures they went on. It hit me. I was like, oh, the stories he did as a kid with his brother. These are adventures they went on. But I give it to Netflix because usually, they're... But I want to hear your thoughts, comments, questions, concerns down below. How do you feel about this movie? Have you seen it? If you haven't, I recommend it. Let me know down below once again. But as always, until next time, stay safe, be well, y con mucho amor. Adiós.